What's your name?
Nina.
Nina?
Yeah.
How old are you?
10.
10 years old. Mm-hmm. And is this going to be the first egg you've ever picked up
Yeah.
from a chicken?
Yeah.
So let's go get it.
Are they gonna run out?
No,
Hello, chickens.
go
I'm
ahead.
trying to wait. No. No.
There you go. Now, see, what's the difference in that egg and the egg from the store?
This one is more dirtier.
Yep, exactly. Hey guys, this is Josh, Stony Ridge Farmer. Welcome to the farm vlog today. We have some visitors from out of town, some visitors from India. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of insight to check things out. Two of these guys live in America. Maruli, the guy with the black jacket, is a good friend of mine, and his daughter's with us, and his mom's with us. So come on along, we'll learn a little bit about what farming is like in India. And they gave me an awesome gift. It's gonna be fun. Let's go have some fun. Stony Ridge. From Stony Ridge. Stony Ridge Farm. I'm a little bit taller than most folks, so, especially her. So I'm gonna sit down on the stool here and we're gonna talk a little bit about what farming is like in India. And first of all, let's introduce everybody. This is...
Hi, I'm Murali.
And you are?
I am this Dad's daughter.
Dad's daughter?
Yes.
Okay. And you are Mom.
I am Meena Ramasamy from India. This is my son Murali Ramasamy.
So these guys are from India. Were you raised in India? Born and raised in India?
I was raised in India. I was born there. I moved here 20 years ago
Okay.
when I was 26. I only visited a farm which my grandparents and uncle held, but my mom grew up part of her life in the farm.
I visit my grandparents who lives in farm.
Okay.
I will go and stay 3 weeks a month during the school holidays
Okay.
every year.
Since you have experience on farms in India, and your family does, what type of animals do they have on farms
We
in
have
India?
cows, sheep.
Okay.
That's all we have.
Okay.
Maybe buffalo like that. But they have always this chicken farm, small ones.
Small chicken farm.
Yeah.
Okay.
They use the eggs and they use the bird also
Oh, yeah.
for the table. Yeah.
Good.
But wait, you can have animals from the wild visit the farm, and they could be foxes,
Yeah.
okay, and occasionally elephants. So if
Oh.
you live by the mountain edge,
Mountains?
you can have elephants visit your farm at night.
We talked a little earlier about the amount of land that a person would have in India, and my education tells me that India is one of the most densely populated countries in the world. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
So a person that owns land in India, the typical farm size, you said, is what, 10 acres or so?
10 to 20 acres they own nowadays. Before 50 years back, after the independence and socialism came, they made the farmers into small farmers. Big
Okay.
farmers become small farmers.
Gotcha.
A single person cannot handle a farm there in India. Everything we have to do minimum with 3-4 people like.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. What we're saying is farms in India are much smaller, more family operated. There's not a lot of labor force there in
Yes.
India.
Yes, yes.
And
that's true.
Maruli was telling me, I don't know if you guys know or not, but Mahindra tractors are made in India, and that's probably one of the most popular tractors you might see over there.
Absolutely.
Okay, so for all you Mahindra fans, they're very popular in India. Let me ask you a little bit about your culture and your religion. What religion do you practice in India?
We practice Hinduism.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Okay.
practice Hinduism.
Now, are there any animals you hold sacred in India for Hinduism, or?
Yes,
So-
the cows are the most sacred animal. And squirrel also, squirrel. Like,
Squirrel?
yes.
Yeah,
Squirrels.
squirrel.
Squirrels and
parrot,
cows.
in bird, parrot, peacock,
Okay.
our national bird.
Okay.
They won't kill them.
Nice.
Yeah.
So parrots and peacocks are the national bird for India. Something I did not know. Pretty awesome. You guys gave me a painting. Let me go over here and get this here. So guys, they gave me this painting, and I'm gonna let her go through what the painting is all about, what the meanings are here. So you can show.
You
This
want me
is
to hold it? Oh.
a village hut. It's a hut. There is a door. We can, and a lady in the morning or evening, anytime, See, it's a sacred plant. It's just like here you call
Is that like a mint?
kind of
Okay.
thing. And she's garlanding. With the flowers, she's making a garland. It's a
Yeah.
hobby, yes.
So a typical home in India would have the clay
It's a,
roof.
village home.
Okay, a village home,
These
okay.
tiles generally they made by hand and baked in the chimney, like a fire chimney, not electric chimney. Like
Well, guys, I will definitely will hang this. This goes in the office. This is something that's really special to have.
thank you so much.
It's so nice to have just a piece of culture to share with everybody. And they shared something with me. That's nice. I gave them some eggs, so the eggs will be gone much sooner than the painting. So in India, cows are... Everybody loves my rooster. My rooster knows exactly when to crow at the right time. So cows are sacred in India. And so do people farm cows, or do cows roam freely about, or...
Cows mean not only in the farm, any cow. Wherever you see the cow, we consider it's God's thing. Like
Okay.
so, it helps in the farm
Yeah.
and it gives milk,
Yeah.
mother's milk and cow's milk.
Okay.
We always worship them. We
Okay.
always worship them. Like
So what she's saying is cows are sacred like a mother. They
Yes.
provide milk to the family, and they're sacred like a mother.
Yeah.
So
on top, every year, once a year, we celebrate. It's called cow celebration. Like we call in our local language, Mattu Pongal. We bathe them, decorate them. We make sweets and food for them, and we offer to them. For
It's
cow.
the annual harvest festival.
After the
It's in
harvest.
January,
Yes.
and it's called Pongal. That's what she's talking about, where the
Okay.
cows get like worshipped
okay.
Yes, yes.
Cool.
and special treatment.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very interesting. So India is a very dry place, I'm told. I guess it's a really dry place. From everything that we see in America on TV, that's basically what we see of India. Is a very crowded, dry place. They're very wealthy, and then they're very poor. Is there a
Yes.
middle class in
True.
India?
Yes.
Yes, that's a big middle class, and it's growing fast.
Okay.
And they're becoming wealthier. But when I grew up and I lived in India in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, the disparity between the rich and poor was wide,
Okay.
and the middle class was small. But the middle class has really exploded in the last 20 years.
So would you say that there's been a lot of Western influence in India?
too
Globalization.
Yeah.
Globalization.
Okay. So you were saying that in India, is it a desert?
It's not
or
a
is
desert.
it-
I wouldn't say it's a desert. It's
It's not a
subtropical.
Okay.
So it is.
You're living-
There is fertile land, and
Okay.
but it is not as green as the United States, especially the Midwest and the South.
Gotcha.
But it is not Arizona.
Okay.
It is. It's subtropical with a lot of red clay.
Okay.
And it's rain fed.
Okay.
But it is on the drier side.
Gotcha. Irrigation in India is something that's really important. What's a typical crop that people would grow in India? I mean, what would be the top three things you could think of that people
Think
grow?
of sugar cane, paddy, I mean the rice, and wheat,
Okay.
and little small vegetables they grow in their farm,
Okay.
like tomatoes, brinjal,
Okay.
like lady's finger.
Which is okra. They call it
okra,
lady's finger in India.
Yeah, okra.
That's
Okay,
what
and
I
then
say.
yeah, and then
Pumpkins, families.
coconuts.
Coconuts.
Coconut,
Yeah,
yes,
coconut.
yes, I forgot to tell. Coconut. Every house has a coconut tree, minimum 2.
Okay.
Even in a small house, they have a coconut because we using coconut in our food.
Okay. So
Yeah.
most Indian food contains coconut. You use the oil and the flesh and the
Yes.
milk.
Yeah.
Also.
Yes, all three.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
three? Okay. Cool. So-
And I would say cotton for commercial crops
Okay.
is big in our part of India.
Gotcha.
Cotton, yes, a few areas they grow cotton.
Cool.
We're from the south,
Okay.
like extreme
Yeah.
south. Yeah.
Extreme south.
That's why we
Got
have a
it.
southern accent.
What do you say instead of y'all in India? We say y'all. What do you say? You all.
You all. What do we say for you all? Ninga.
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 Ninga. Ninga.
Ninga. Okay. Ninga. What do you want to do when you grow up?
Maybe work as a farmer because I love farm.
She wants to work as a farmer.
Going back to our great grandparents' roots.
There you go.
Yes.
Come closer, Mom.
Yeah,
So
you are the
we're
main
pulling
person.
you in here. So what do you think when you pull into the farm here and you see the land? What's the first thought that you have? Is it this place is big? Is it this place is beautiful? Is it, oh my goodness, this guy has a lot of work to do?
Oh, it's too big,
Yeah.
beautiful.
When Indian people like drive through U.S. farms, the first reaction is always like, "Wow, it's so big, it's so
Yeah.
fertile, it's so green,
Yeah.
and there's so much water, and there's so much
Mainly we
equipment to
think-
do farming, and
Think of water.
we don't have access to any of that."
Yeah. Now, one thing, we have water. Our people do enormous thing in the farm.
The blessing that we have here in the southeast of America and most of America is the supply of water that we have. Guys, I did a video probably 6 or 8 months ago when we harvested our chickens for the farm for our consumption, for our family's consumption, and I left the water hose running while I was doing that. And I got so many comments about wasting water. But we don't have a water problem per se here. We can use water, and the water ran off on the ground, and the water runs into the ground, back into the soil, and back into the well. So it's the ultimate recycling of water, but boy, I caught a lot of trouble for that. And rooster. It's to be expected because water is a very precious thing, especially in other countries that don't have the water systems that we have and the
Yeah.
water table that we have. So, and farming irresponsibly uses up a lot of roosters. I mean, a lot of water.
Yeah.
Now you guys know this is a real thing. This rooster is absolutely annoying.
A typical Indian farm would run the water from the well along a whole path along the crops.
Okay.
But what they do now is that they have a small black
Plastic.
pipe,
Yeah.
and the water drips directly into the root,
Gotcha.
and apparently uses much less water.
Okay. So they used to do. So rooster won't shut up. So they used to do irrigation by flooding, basically by running water down
That's right.
down the ditch and allowing that to soak into the soil. But now the more common practice in India for water conservation is drip irrigation. So something cool. If you guys haven't seen urban farmer Curtis Stone, I think is his name, Urban Farmer Curtis Stone. He's got a lot of stuff out there on drip irrigation and farming in a small area. So there's a lot to learn there from Urban Farmer Curtis Stone, I think is his name. I'll try to post a link up here to him if I can find it. Before we go, is there anything else you'd like to say?
About,
This is the whole world watching right here. Is there? Any?
Thank you so much. I must thank Joshua for giving an opportunity to talk about my country, the cultivation and everything.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
So folks, thanks a lot for joining me here on the Stony Ridge Farm. It's so nice to have some visitors from somewhere else to share their experiences and their lives with us. I hope you learned a little bit of something, and I hope you come back. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and click the little bell down there. It'll notify you when I post a new video. Thanks for coming to the Stony Ridge. All right?
Thank
Woo! Woo! Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Yeah.
The biggest part of being a farmer is being able to catch your chickens. I'm going to close the door so they don't run out.
Oh, I'm scared. Feels weird.
Watch her head. Her head stays still.
Was she fine?
So what's the scariest part of trying to catch a chicken, do you think?
If you try to grab one, I think it would just slap you kind of a little.
Yeah, like a baby. See, she's sweet, isn't she?